All right, ready to get going live, guys. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up, guys? Tim here, Zenhaling, another live stream. Just want to update everything and really want to just get into some breathing stuff right away because, all week long, there's been challenges with breath. All week long. People, myself even, I'm noticing areas where I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety in there. So very important for me to stay on top of all that. And good thing I'm into practice, because being into practice then allows me to just take care of my own self-maintenance. And if I can take care of my own self-maintenance, then I can further and better be there for others, to serve others. And that's really what kind of, Zenhaling's about, and what I do with stick flexibility and body work and Z essential oils and all of it. So again, all of it really for me starts with breathing. So whether or not we're talking about stick flexibility and the secret formula, which is again not very secret, it's really just a combination of the breathing, the Z stick, which you see all the sticks behind me right here, and then it's the actual pose, and then the mental fluctuation of what's going on between the ears, what's going on. Is it positive thoughts? Are you bathing yourself and training yourself with each inhale and noticing those negative thoughts? That's all going to be there to combine to be the most flexible you. Of course, hydration and diet and all, keeping the inflammation down, are all parts of it. But, again, the formula for me, everything starts with breathing. And, whether you're sitting down to do meditation, a lot of that is just using the breath to still the fluctuations of the mind. So knowing the power of that. If you're trying to get flexible, it's the formula for that. If you're trying for meditation, it's the formula for that. If you're trying for, to balance your pH levels of your blood and to reduce inflammation and maybe to kick in your body's own self-healing and natural self-healing, maybe that's the breath does it there. So, the breath on what it does with the body's systemic system, the respiratory system, cleaning the toxins, activating your internal organs, just really allowing you to get the most out of even your training. Most people are training very, very hard, and then they still have their love handles and they're complaining about it because you're maybe not breathing the proper way. So even though you're working hard and you think you're breathing the right way, you might not be breathing efficiently. Could be over breathing or chest breathing, where you're bringing it all up here. You're not using the full capacity of your thoracic cavity. So again, it all starts with breathing. I'm going to go through a little bit of my own training this week with what I was doing with breathing. Actually, this is today. So literally for today, just working on right here in my home where, my own self-maintenance. So I have sticks, I have time, and for me, it's all about breathing. So to even stay in poses like this, it's really just to, and most of it, I'm really concentrating on the exhale. If you can hear this, the music's so loud in this, so I had to numb it down. But when you can hear it, it's just. So I'm really just one continuous long exhale to really then relax the ribs. When you're bent up like that, you want to relax the intercostals and the ribs. That helps then you're not pulling on the spine. And, yogis know this and Zen masters know this. You have to breathe with the yin and breathe with the yang of the movement. So in a lot of this, if I'm up kicking, it's moving the legs, just like a punch. So it's the same thing. You're moving in conjunction with the actual movement. Your breath is in conjunction. The expulsion on, if it's a yang, if it's yin, it's more. So there's all different types of texture you can put onto it and timing of it. but knowing actually what's a yin breath with the yin move and what's a yang breath with the yang move can really help. So again, today was just mostly doing a lot of these different, what I'll call inversions. It's really just shoulder stand, but Pilates people will love this. Of course, it all starts with a lot of the training I do with the Z-stick first. So by doing the training with the Z-stick, you learn how to stay in these poses for long periods of time. And again, most of it is by controlling your breath. And then controls the breath, you control the body. So a little bit of some of the training from this week, even here, you're seeing me doing a round of expulsion breaths to clear the thoracics. Expulsion exhales, just like breath of fire in yoga. Very similar. It's skull shining breath. It's breath of fire. Here I'm just doing a and a so an expulsion and a whoosh, and I'm alternating nose, nasal passage to the mouth, and then here just slowing it down. So you're seeing a little bit of that, what I'll call a texture of the breath, a little bit slowing it, not making it choppy. Very smooth, trying to clear the respiratory passage, clear it out, make room for more inhale. Most of us are over inhaling. So again, just by noticing it, just by bringing that awareness and attention to our breath, that's really why I'm showing some of this. Again, a lot of this, you see me around, and if I'm moving around, it looks like, oh, well, you're just moving around, and what are you doing? But really, it all works in conjunction with the breath. So even here, you can see I'm moving. You might hear some different expulsions. It sounds a little bit windy, but moving in conjunction, most of this is very yin and slow anyway. So I'm not really expulsing too much, but there, that would be an expulsion. Under and then expulsion, and then under, smooth, whoo, a little harder, boom. Reload is yin. On the strike is the yang. And then, of course, with balance poses, it all starts with, staying balanced. It's all about the breath. So I have the stick, of course, but even just staying in this pose for long periods of time, it really starts with the breath and ends with the breath. And of course, there's gaze and the stick, but then the breathing allows you to stay in there for much longer periods of time without getting fatigued, and it allows you to stay present and more focused too. So that's the other thing. Of course, I'm human. I'm out at a pond in nature. Of course, I'd rather probably be. Most people aren't just hanging out there, but for me, I love it. It's my peace. It's my time to release. It's my perfect environment where you're not really affecting anything else. So, it might look weird for some people who don't do this kind of stuff, but for me, it's grounding. It's self-maintenance. It's self-healing. And again, it all for me is the breath, and then the physical all builds on top of it. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that. I'm very fired up about breathing, of course, and very fired up also about stick flexibility training. We have the trainings coming up here in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to be trekking out to New York and also California, Florida, and Colorado. So, those of you who might be yoga teachers, or, somebody like me who's a yoga teacher, do body work, you're in deep with oils, you're doing a lot of self-healing and trying to induce other people's self-healing and fire them up and keep them focused and keep them on their path to self-healing. If you're somebody like that, the stick is perfect for you. It really has allowed me to kind of take my training and take my client work to the next level. So people that know me know I always have the stick, and the stick is a big part of whatever I'm doing during the day. So again, I encourage you to have it with you. You can really work it in to your current intellectual property, to your current works, to your current clientele, and then maybe it's something that actually helps you take your game and their game to the next level. So that's a little bit about stick flexibility training and stick flexibility. and also have Z essential oils. So of course, we're always a little bit beat up, mixing up the rosemary, peppermint, and when they're compounded together, as you're seeing here, by compounding, it's basically the art and science of mixing and preparing personalized remedies in which an individual essential oil ingredient or ingredients, they're mixed or compounded together to remedy a malady. So for those of you who have pain out there and do not want to do any type of oxys or orals or something that then has to get metabolized through the liver and just cause further damage onto the body, try one of the Obliterate blends or Pain Erase blend from Z Essential Oils. I got to tell you, even during massage and body work, delivering on my clients, I'm always using the Obliterate blend. Checking in. Just wanted to give you an update again on what's happening. Keep you fired up. It all is about the breathing. So even though you're going to see a lot of things with the physical training and you see a lot of the trickery with the stick, it really is all about the breathing. It really is all about the stick and the combination and taking advantage of every day, guys, getting out there and working on your health every day, because it starts with you and ends with you. So get out there, work on your health. Don't take no for an answer. Be fired up. Fire other people up. And guys, just get out there and attack life. You never know when it's going to end. Breathe well, guys. Stay flexible. I'm going to end on a little bit of training here, so just peek your head in, a little bit of what just daily self-maintenance, some of the stuff you'd probably experience at stick flexibility training, or if you want to train with Zenhaling. Whoop whoop. Later.